Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie and if you are new here, please do subscribe. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about Miami and why we moved here, if we enjoy it, things like this. I'm from England and my husband is from France, and we moved to Miami in December 2017, so about 2.5 years ago. So I'm just going to talk about my experience moving here and if we enjoyed it, if we would recommend living here. I've kind of written down some questions here that people tend to ask us the most, so I'm going to answer these questions and probably talk, about these different points along the way as well. So when did we move to Miami? Like I said, we moved to Miami in December 2017, so it's 2.5 years ago now, and we are so happy that we moved here. We absolutely love it. So the next one is, why did we move to Miami? So we actually moved here for my husband's work. He works for a French startup company and they wanted to try and hit the American market. So it was kind of a weird time in our lives. So basically that summer in the May, we'd had an abortion, a late term abortion, 26 weeks. So we were just, I was super depressed. Shit was going on. We were not in a good headspace and we just really wanted to leave. Now I think we were supposed to leave for Miami maybe a couple of months later. Jeremy spoke to the managers and said, look, we need to go now. Things are not good. We just need to get out of France. So they allowed us to move earlier than we probably would have done otherwise. Anyway, ended up moving in December and it was the best thing. It completely changed our lives. It took me out of my depressive hole that I was in, and it was honestly a new start to our lives, a new chapter, a new paragraph, a whole new book even. It was just okay, here's a new life, start again, no one knows what you've been through, and it was just amazing. So that's why we moved. So Jeremy is still working for the French company, that's why we're here, because we're here on his visa. So he works for them full time and that's why we moved here basically. What did we think of Miami before visiting? Honestly, completely opposite of what I think now. I think because when you see Miami on the TV and films, it's like bachelorette parties, it's Muscle Beach, it's girls in bikinis doing rollerblading and roller skating, it's party central, which all of that is true, but there is so much more to Miami. And I also thought, actually, if I'm honest, I also thought I would see a lot of guns, because again, when you live in Europe and you watch TV and films about America, you see a lot of guns and people go to restaurants and pull out the gun and put it on the table next to them as they're about to eat food, or they kind of walk around and show whoever they're talking to that they're holding a gun by pulling their jacket back, or I don't know, I just thought I would see a lot of guns. And honestly, in 2.5 years, apart from the police, I have not seen one gun, which I find shocking, honestly, because I really thought, I don't know, maybe that's me being stupid, but I really thought I would see guns everywhere. I just thought it would just be normal thing here. I guess that's the weird thing as well. I wonder if people are have them concealed. You can have concealed weapons in their handbags maybe, or in their jeans, but I just haven't never seen it. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, I thought I would see more guns. I kind of thought I would see more violence, I guess, as well, because obviously Miami's known for being a drug party place. I know that spring break can get dangerous, but I've never actually seen it with my own eyes. I've seen videos on Instagram, for example, but I feel really safe here, on my own, in South Beach, in downtown, everywhere. I feel super safe. So yeah, I think, what was the question? What do we think of Miami before visiting? Before visiting, I thought it would be party central. I thought it would be dangerous. I really thought I wouldn't like it, because I love Europe for the history, the old churches, the windy streets, the old buildings. I love all that. So I kind of thought, well, Miami's not going to have any of that. It's just going to have, the Art Deco buildings of South Beach, but that's kind of it in terms of architecture and things. But that doesn't bother me too much. I don't miss it too much, honestly. I thought I would do. Wow, this sun is crazy. I have the window open, and the sun keeps going behind and coming out, so I'm so sorry about the lighting. So yeah, that's what I thought of mine before I moved here. I thought it'd be crazy. Did we visit before we moved here? So we actually came to visit in August before we moved here in the December. Jeremy spent the whole week at the office, basically with the people that work there, trying to, get used to the office, get used to the people there, kind of get back into the work thing and see how it worked over here. And I basically spent the time on my own looking around and figuring out where we'd want to live. It's actually a funny story. So on one of the days I decided, we're actually staying in south of 5th, and I took the bike from right at the very bottom of South Beach on 1st or 2nd, and I spent 2 or 3 hours cycling all the way up to Bal Harbour. And I was just kind of thinking, we'd like to live close to the beach, we'd like to live in this area, we don't want to live too far away. And so I thought I'd cycle all the way up and see if there was anywhere along the way that I liked the look of. And I cycled through Surfside, and I remember telling Jeremy that day, I thought, oh, Surfside seems nice because it's quiet. There's not loads of big hotels, but it's also on the beach, it's not too far. And now this is where we live. So for some reason, I think I kind of knew that we'd live here someday, which is great because I love it here. I think we kind of felt like we were on holiday that week, honestly. We kind of went out for meals, we went out for drinks, we were, you know, exploring and being tourists, and it was really good fun. It was really nice to kind of be here as a tourist because it's completely different to how we are now. We actually live here. But as soon as we got here, I was like in love with it. I fell in love. I just love Miami. I think it's amazing. Where do we live? So we live in Surfside, which is technically its own town. It's not Miami or Miami Beach, because Miami is its own town or city. And then Miami Beach is its own city, and then there's Surfside, Bal Harbour. But Surfside, Bal Harbour and Miami Beach are all on the same strip of land. I'll set a little map here and show you. So we live there. It's a mostly Jewish community. It's quite rich, it's very safe, it's very white if I'm honest, but it's fine, it's nice. It's the thing that we like about it is it's next to the beach and it's super quiet. There's like 2 hotels here, which compared to the rest of Miami is quiet. So it's nice and quiet, nice and friendly, nice and family oriented, which is what we wanted. We wanted somewhere quiet and not like in the centre of everything, because we can go to South Beach for a day trip, or we can go to Wynwood for a day trip, or we can go to these different places in Miami for a day, but then when we come home it's nice and quiet. As you can tell now, I'm filming this video, which wouldn't happen probably in South Beach. You'd hear music and parties and shouting and screaming. So that's why we moved here, and we love it here. What do we think of Miami now? I absolutely love Miami, and it's going to be such a sad day when we leave. I think I will cry. Like I really do. Are you the same? Jeremy's just smiling behind the camera. Are you the same? Yeah. Do you think you'll cry? Probably. Oh, I don't want to leave. It's not that I don't want to leave. Well, I'm going to do another video about that, but anyway. What do we think of Miami? Absolutely love it. I think the people here are amazing. We've just met the most amazing people that are so kind, so, I think kind of just in tune with us as well, like in the same space as us and the same mindset as well. I feel like the people that we've met here are completely different to the people we've ever met before in France and England. So it's been good for us to get here and to meet people that are like-minded. I love the weather, obviously. I mean, it does get hot in summer. It's currently August and it is boiling. Obviously we also get a lot of torrential rain and storms and things, which I actually quite like now. I used to hate thunder and lightning. Anytime it was thunder and lightning. I was about to say anytime it came on, as if it's on the TV. Anytime it's thunder and lightning, I used to absolutely shit it. Now I actually quite enjoy it. So the weather is definitely, I don't know, I enjoy it. It's hot, yes.
It's not what people think it is.
It's not what people think it is, yeah, exactly.
It's not a paradise 12 months per year. Like summer is better in Europe than here.
Yeah. So you're saying summer is better in Europe than here because here, because it's so hot and so humid, you step outside and you're dripping with sweat. Or it's hammering it down. And it rains every single day, yeah. Like pretty much every day at 4-ish, it'll rain. So there are good things and bad things. But I love it though. I really enjoy it here. Even though it rains a lot.
But it's funny, people always say like, people see that it's paradise like all year round. When actually like I feel summer in the south of France is nicer weather-wise than it's here.
Yeah. Yeah, because summer in the south of France is warm but it's dry, whereas summer here is very humid and very
like
wet.
Once a week maybe, but
yeah. What was the question? What do we think of Miami? So yeah, I love the beach. Obviously where we are as well, it's nice and quiet. Love the weather, even though it's rainy and tropical storms. I quite enjoy it now. Love the people, love the food, love the atmosphere, love the culture, love the architecture, love the opportunities. Just love everything about it. I'm obsessed, can you tell? What has been the best thing about Miami? A couple of things I want to mention. Daybreaker is definitely one of them. That's where we found our tribe, our friends, our group of people who are very similar to us. I feel like that was the best place to go. So if you ever move somewhere new, go to a Daybreaker if there is one in your city. find people who are amazing. I feel like once we found that group of friends, it kind of made us feel more settled, I guess, and more at home. So Daybreaker is one of them. The Opportunities is another one. So obviously in France and beforehand, I kind of had to work to pay bills, and obviously Jeremy's working here, but I always had to work as well in Subway and a lavender shop and do crappy jobs, whereas here it was like, okay, Jeremy's salary can pay everything that we need. Accommodation, food, you know, expenses, fun money, everything. So anything that I make is just an extra for savings or for vacations or things like this, which has been so good for me and my creativity and my business. The first year I did a lot of like random portrait photography. Last year I did a lot of dog photography. This year, obviously with COVID, I've not done a whole lot, but I've started yoga photography as well, or like fitness wellness people photography, and still do my dog photography. And also do my blog, and obviously now doing YouTube. So it's really given me the freedom to be able to be creative and do what I want to do without the pressure of having to make a certain amount of money each month. And the third thing is probably the food. So Daybreaker, freedom to be able to, you know, be creative and work what I want to work, and the food. So the food, obviously Salty Donut, you know, I was going to recommend it because it's the best place in the world. The pizza here is amazing. The ice cream here is amazing. Just sushi here is amazing. There's a lot of amazing food here. So yeah, that would be my top 3 things about Miami. So the next one is, would we recommend Miami? I think yes. If you enjoy the beach, if you enjoy being hot and sweaty, if you enjoy a bit of the like Cuban culture and people, if you enjoy good food, if again you enjoy being hot and sweaty, because that's a main thing about Miami, and the beach, I love it. I would recommend it. I think it's a great place to live. This light is crazy. Is Miami different to the rest of the US? So I kind of put this question in there because even though we don't get asked that, it's something that I do want to talk about, because I feel like Miami is its own bubble. I don't feel like it's the States at all. I feel like it's part of Central and South America, because there are so many Venezuelans, Brazilians, Cubans, Colombians, whatever, everything else, people here. It's so diverse, it's so multicultural, it's so Latin with its culture and the food and everything here. So I definitely think, not that I've seen a whole lot of the States, I've been to New York and obviously been to a little bit of Florida, but even that, Miami is so different from somewhere that's 2 hours away in terms of, like, we went to Naples recently. It was so white, it was so like white America with Trump flags everywhere and not many brown or black people, whereas here white people are the minority, which I love. I'm not complaining, I love it, I think it's great. And you don't really see many Trump flags. It's not very, I don't know, it's just very diverse, and it's just, I feel like it's completely different to the rest of the States. I feel like it's its own little world, its own little bubble. Maybe I'm being naive, maybe I don't know. I do want to see more of the States, but I feel like Miami is definitely a little bit different, which we love it for that, because I think when you have a lot of foreign people all in one city, it makes you not feel like a foreigner. It makes you feel like you belong. Like, I spent 6 years in France and I definitely felt like a foreigner there because I didn't speak French, and even when I did, I wasn't particularly fluent, and it was so obvious that I was English and that I was foreign and that I wasn't from there. Whereas I feel like here, it's almost weird if you're from Miami. I feel like not many people are from, like, born and bred in Miami, so it means it's nice for people like us to come here and move here and feel at home, because everybody's not at home here, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, I don't know if that makes sense, it's a weird dynamic, but I don't know, we love it here. Is American attitude different to European? So I kind of, again, nobody asks us this, but it's something I want to talk about. So I feel like Americans are amazing because you can, I just feel like they're so supportive and so welcoming and so, like, fuck yes about everything. Like, in terms of, like, my business, if I'd have said this in Europe, okay, I think I want to be a dog photographer. I'm going to set up a studio, I'm going to take photographs of dogs and provide, like, prints and phone cases and mugs and go to dog events and create dog meetups and dog presets and all these different things. I think people in Europe would be like, you need to go to a mental hospital, like, that's insane. I just don't think people would be supportive. And I don't know, I just feel like the attitude and the culture is really different. Whereas here, you say to someone, I want to do dog photography, they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. That's going to be awesome. You should do it. Yeah. I want to come in with my dog. Like, people are so supportive of your ideas. And again, I don't know if that's just the people that we made friends with via Daybreak and everything else, or if that's Americans in general. But it's definitely been amazing to have people like that in our lives who support us and push us and think that our ideas are amazing. Because then even if they're not amazing, even if they fail, at least you've got people there to support you and that back you up and that want you to try. I think that's been huge. And especially with the podcast as well, with Jeremy, for example. I think if we were in France and said we want to do a podcast, people would be like, who are you to do a podcast? No one knows who you are. No one cares what you've got to say. I just feel like the attitude is a lot more negative and a lot more judgy. Whereas here in France, it's like, here in America, sorry, it's like, okay, I want to do a podcast, and people are like, yes, I'll be a guest, I want to come on, that's amazing, let's do it, I'll help you promote it, I've got some people, you know, some ideas for you, some people you can interview. So I feel like just the attitude in general is really different, and we love it. It's just nice to be surrounded by people that are so positive and want to push forward and want to do better and be better people, and that are also super creative. It's nice to be friends with people who want to be YouTubers, who want to be TikTokers, who want to be Instagrammers, who want to be influencers, who want to take photographs and do videos and do cool things all the time. So it's nice, I feel like I've kind of found my tribe a little bit. And then the last one is, do we prefer Miami to Europe?
Yeah, no doubt.
I love how it takes you 5 seconds to say, yeah, no doubt.
Well, there are a couple of things that would improve, but yeah.
I think Jeremy would improve healthcare,
Yeah.
cheese and bread.
Yeah.
What else?
Healthcare is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like knowing that.
Do you want to come and sit with me?
No.
He's coming to sit with me for this one. To squeeze in. Squeeze in. So do we prefer Miami to Europe? I've got Jeremy over for this one because I think he's got some opinions.
Yeah. Well, it's to go back to your question about is the US or Miami good for everyone? I think being in Miami as someone young without kids is a dream. If you can afford it, because it's expensive.
It's expensive, yeah.
It's expensive. But if you can afford it, because healthcare is honestly a pain in the ass. So if you have any chronic disease,
yeah,
like that's think twice, honestly.
It'll get expensive.
It can be really expensive. But if you have a job paying for good health insurance, then it's fine. But we don't, so we need to pay for our insurance. And if you want to have kids, you need to make sure that you are making a good living, because, you know, like, otherwise at 20 years old, your kid is going to start life with like 100k of debt or whatever. So, but like if you're young, you're making a decent amount of money, and you're healthy, is a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's been good fun for us.
Yeah. After it is expensive. If you're not super healthy, you have 2 kids, and you have a job that's not super qualified.
You have to work 3 jobs and have 2 kids.
Yeah, the life.
Hard,
we like Miami because we enjoy Miami. But if you live if you earn less money and you live 2 hours away from the beach, and so that's what I mean by it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But if you have the situation, it's the best city in the world. Honestly, you've got everything you need if you can afford it.
Yeah, you've got the big city, you've got the beach, you've got the Everglades and things pretty close. You've got lots of different islands pretty close to go and visit. And
yeah.
Okay, so back to, do we prefer Miami to Europe?
Yeah, I do. 100%.
Why?
Because of the previous one, the attitude, mainly.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's what you said. Because I feel like the place by itself, I'm sure I could find somewhere else in the world, like a place with a beach and everything. But what I like also is a combination of the people, the attitude and the mentality. You say that?
Yeah.
It's just like a positive vibe. When I would say Europe is really old-fashioned and negative. But again, I think we're in a bubble as well. I'm not gonna generalize it. We met the right people
Yeah, we made friends with people who are creative, who are outgoing, who are ambitious, who are entrepreneurs, who are not afraid to dance in the middle of the crowd and be crazy, who are
Not judgmental.
not judgmental, really good friends, open-minded to sexuality and where you're from and what you're into and all these different things.
Even more than we are. Like,
Yeah.
some stuff
So-
is still like, whoa.
Yeah. So I feel like we found a really good group of friends, and I also think we're in a bubble in terms of where we live. Like, as soon as we leave, even Surfside, you see the difference, and as soon as we leave Miami,
An
like
hour,
South Florida,
45 minutes, an
yeah,
hour away is just
you see the big difference.
America.
So I feel like we're in a complete
From the
bubble,
movie.
and I feel like we're in a bubble in terms of our friends, we're in a bubble in terms of our work, because Jeremy works one job, I work it if I want to and if I can find
Yeah,
work.
we're lucky. Well, we're privileged here.
And we're in a bubble in terms of where we live, so we know that we're in a bubble, so our experience is completely different to probably what a lot of people experience in Miami, but from our experience, we bloody love it,
Yeah,
don't we?
worth it.
It's worth it. We've been here 2.5 years. I'm going to do a video at some point, hopefully with Jeremy again, if I can drag him on, talking about our next plans. So in about a year or so, we're thinking we might leave, which is going to be so sad. But yeah, I'll do a video talking about that separately. But are there any more questions we think we should talk about with Miami?
Well, I guess you should also write us the visa.
Oh yeah, Jeremy got a visa from his work though.
Yeah, if you are not
I don't know a
American,
lot about visas.
coming to the US is not that easy, especially right now. That's obviously, and it's not just Miami, it's the US anyway. Like, coming to the US is not super easy right now.
Yeah.
It's expensive as well to get the visa. But
So Jeremy's just left, had a little guest star for about 5 minutes of the video. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was kind of helpful if you're looking into moving to Miami, if you've ever thought about moving to Miami, if you live in Miami, if you just want to know about Miami in general, if you want to learn more about us. I really hope this video was helpful and a little bit of fun, and we will see you in the next video. Bye! Oh, make sure to subscribe. Bye.